The postcard today is from Ackergill Tower, Wick, in the county of Caithness. Now, Lisa, take us back to the beginnings and the origins of this place. Was it just a Victorian folly, a bit of Victorian madness?
No, it was built as a fortification to protect us from the marauding Vikings and neighbouring clans in 1475.
How much has it changed from the marauding Vikings days to when it was a defence tower to what it is like now?
It's changed quite a lot from just the tower fortification itself. It was renovated by George Duff Dunbar, the 4th Baron of Hentbriggs, who expanded it to be the finest gentleman's seat in the north of Scotland in 1852.
Are there any sort of special, spectacular moments in its history?
Well, very early, although I've told you that it was originally built in 1475, our ghost is thought to have thrown herself from her death some 50 years earlier.
Oh.
So they think that because it was on a particularly good site, that there was a building here before this fortification was built. And she was a well-known local beauty who was kept prisoner here for some time and threw herself to her death off the top of the tower.
That's sad. What, the seaside side?
Well, it's supposed to be on the land side, and we have a stone that she's supposed to have fallen on, where the lichen just grows around the outside. It's supposed to be the blood-stained stone. The lichen won't grow on.
Do you believe that?
Yes.
Fine. Then we do. Now, what I do find amazing as I came in to see the tower was a little signpost to an opera house.
Yes.
Can't be true.
Very true, very true. We have our own opera house here, the most northerly opera house, and we stage various operas for local people, for companies who have come to stay with us, and for the recent festival during September time.
So was it sort of a Viking opera house originally that staged Brunhilde?
Sadly, nothing quite so romantic as that. It was originally the coach hall. When Sir George used to come here for his 3 weeks, 4 weeks, he would bring all of his entourage with him, and they would have a coachman's hall, and where they keep all the coaches, the stable area, and it's the coachman's hall itself that we've converted into an opera house.
One of the things about Wick, the nearest town to you, Lisa, is that there were a lot of people here in the Second World War because they thought the attack was coming from Norway. Mm-hmm. Did Ackergill have a part to play in that?
Yes, the officer stayed in the tower and possibly didn't look after it as well as the owner had thought at that particular time. And barracks were built in the wall garden and hundreds of men stayed there.
Really?
Yeah.
And did they do anything sort of Cromwellian to this place, like chop things about a bit?
Well, they painted a lot of the skirting boards and the fire surrounds in bright orange, pink, lime green and a deep burgundy gloss paint. And that was probably all they did, apart from putting in the electric light, just to this room and the drawing room, which they really just nailed to the walls. And that was all they did to it. But lived in here and with just the open fires and no electricity apart from those few ones, and no plumbing at all. So it was all buckets and shanty pots and things.
The typical RAF joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the sounds of it. When they left, what did the owner have to do then, or was there anyone living here then?
Nobody was living here at that time. They really just left it, and that was almost exactly how we found it in 1986.
And then you started upon a scheme of renovation, restoration.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
What have you actually done to this place?
I mean, the whole tower has been refurbished, and during a period of just over 2 years, the place was literally torn apart and put back together again. So central heating was installed. We also had electricity put into every single room. There were bathrooms, ensuite bathrooms for all of the rooms that we have here. And then all of the furnishings were refurbished. Most of the furnishings here were originally here, and many of the possessions that you'll see lying around, books, diaries, pens, papers, letters, they're all the original things that were left here by the family when they left.
A Marie Celeste moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Captured in
Yes.
time.
Very much.